Breaking news. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja yesterday struck out a suit challenging the nomination of Ademola Adeleke as the candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the Osun State governorship election. The High Court said, shame on Tinubu, shame on Oyetola, despite the fact that Oyetola thought that he had it all covered. He thought that, this is going to be beans for him, because how do you have 1,000 and something suits piled together and submitted to tribune, like to the tribunal? How? Like how? Maybe he thought that he had all the grounds covered, that there was substantial evidence showing that Ademola Adeleke did something illegal things, let's just say some illegal things during the election. We don't know, but this suit has been thrown out as nonsensical. I knew right from the start. This is just a sore loser that didn't want to concede to defeat easily. And I hope that this will show him that move on, like move on. It did not go your way with all the federal power, federal everything, Tinubu on his side, blah 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 blah. It still didn't go his way. So I hope that he will sit down and realize that there is nothing he can do. All he has to do now is just to accept defeat, jejely and warily, like I usually say. Before we go ahead with the details of today's news, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell. Most importantly, give this video a massive thumb up. We are growing bigger day by day. We need you by our side. So join this community up on the board, Without further ado, let's dive straight into the details of today's news. In his judgment, the presiding judge, Justice Obiara Egweatu, held that Lukman Awoyemi, the plaintiff, lacked the locus standi to institute the case. The court further held that the suit lacked merit, having been filed outside 14 days allowed by law for a pre-election matter. In the suit marked FHC ABJ, that is Abuja, CX 46922, the plaintiff asked the court to disqualify Adeleke from participating in the July 16 governorship poll because the party had hurriedly submitted his name to INEC on March 11, 2022, as against the March 14 to 18 time frame given by the Electoral Commission in its guidelines. It submitted that INEC must be bound by its official guidelines and that anything done outside the guidelines is against the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022. These people are just hanging on for dear life. They just want to use any excuse they can find. They just want to use anything, like anything, just to be able to oppose the election of Adeleke, just to be able to say that, oh, he did not win after all, he did this wrong, he did that wrong. Like, we all know that during the election, both parties gave money out for votes. That is very obvious. So even if at all, if Adeleke is going to, if the election of Adeleke is going to be annulled and they say that, okay, Adeleke did not, win the election legally, or is not the rightful winner of that election, it will be the loss of both parties, because the PDP party from Osun State too can as well go and dig in and look for evidences to show that APC too did not do the right thing during, after, even before the election, because we all knew that they even tried their best. Tinubu went all the way to Abuja as he finished voting, just to lobby his way, just to be able to bribe his way one or two people in Abuja. But that did not happen. you know that did not happen. Those people, I don't know, maybe those people decided not to collect money, or the new process of voting now, that as people are voting, the numbers are being sent out, or like the ones that it will only be on paper, and before the paper gets to wherever it's going to, people can change the numbers. Anything can happen on the way, you get me. But right now, all Oyetola has to do is just to accept defeat jejely and warriorly and go back to his house. At least he has spent 4 years. If the people like him that much, they would not even collect money in exchange for their votes. If he has done really well actually, and people really like him, they would not collect money in exchange for their vote. People will actually vote for him, you get. But it is what it is at the end of the day, as people would say. Let's continue, people. Awoyemi therefore prays at the court to declare the submission of Adeleke's name illegal, unlawful, null and void, and be set aside. However, the judge struck out the suit. Like, it doesn't make sense, because his name was submitted hurriedly. This is Nigeria. We are in Nigeria, and we all know what has been happening and what we have been seeing. Especially those people that went to collect 100 million naira from, they had a placeholder holding their position for them. After the primaries and they all did not win, they still went back to collect their position from the placeholder. In some cases, the placeholder refused to relinquish the position back to the person. We all have seen what is happening in the country. So because you will now go to court and say that because somebody did not, his name was submitted hurriedly, or his name wasn't submitted on time, or it was submitted too early, I don't understand, like, how? But let me know your opinions in the comment section, my people. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.